everybody. I hope you're keeping safe and well. And I also hope that you've enjoyed the last few weeks of drama sessions. So just to kind of recap on what we have done in the last few weeks. So our job as an actor is to tell a story. That's correct. I bet you're all like, yeah, we know, Kate, story. You've said it in every single video. But I'm just reinforcing that that's actually the simplest job that we've got to do. And it sounds easy, but in order to do that simple job, we have to look at this term called characterization. And that's being able to put different things into practice and show our characters off. So that's what we've been doing in the last 4 sessions. We've been looking at voices, talking, walking, poses, how we move around the space, what are we feeling and how do we show that feeling through our body, because we've got to tell that story, okay? So now, this is when we're going to kind of put all this together so it all kind of makes sense. Now, we're going to do a few simple exercises. We've got 2 exercises for you today. Now, before this video, the wonderful Steve would have sent out a script, okay? Just a really simple script, okay? And when you look at it, so you should have it now. And if you haven't got it now, you've got 2 seconds to pause me and go get your script. Good, okay. So in front of you, there should be A and B character. Now I'm going to be A and you are going to be B. So I'm going to leave a kind of gap between each bit for you to speak. Now I'm going to deliver this a few different ways, and how you deliver it back to me will be different on how I interpret it and also how you interpret it. So actually there should be lots of different scenes flying around on how people kind of are gauging with that. So let's have a little go, okay? So I'm going to be A, you are going to be B. So here we go. Hi. How's everything? Do you know what time it is? Oh, don't you have a watch? Well, what did you do last night? What did you do last night? Nothing. Sorry I asked. Good. Excellent. So we're going to do it a different way, and I'm just going to trial it a different way of kind of saying it, okay? So how I say it, you can kind of feed back off, or you might do something completely different. That's the great thing about this scene, okay, is that I am A, you are B, and we're just feeding off each other. Now, for the purpose of this exercise, okay, just look straight in front of the camera and do it to me. As literally you're watching me, just do it at me, as if we're having a conversation, because that's all it is, okay? So, we'll start again. Hi, how's everything? Well, do you know what time it is? Don't you have a watch? Well, what did you do last night? What did you do last night? Nothing. Sorry I asked. Good, excellent. Okay, so we're going to do it one more time, okay? And just a different way of doing it. So I encourage you guys at home to kind of, you've got family members, then do it with them, you know, and you can be A and they can be B. And every time you do it, just do it a different way, because sometimes it might really work and sometimes you might be like, oh, I want to change that, okay? So make a character choice. What are you on about? Because this is very loose. This is called an open scene. So what did you do last night could be anything. I don't know, okay? So kind of make up that dialogue. And if you are having conversations with your friends at Theatretrain via FaceTime and Zoom and all these wonderful things that we're kind of experiencing this very strange time, then do it with them. Like, great, like have that conversation, because at Theatretrain, we look a lot at theatre work, that makes sense, which is kind of delivering to a really big audience because they're beyond us. But actually, like when you look at TV work, this is exactly what TV work is like. It's a little bit more intimate, it's a little bit more closer, so you don't have to do the real big movements. It's just that art of having a conversation. So we'll do it again. So, hi, how's everything? Do you know what time it is? Oh, don't you ever watch? Well, what did you do last night? What did you do last night? Nothing. Well, sorry I asked, all right? Good. Now that third time, sorry, I just added like wells and alright, and you can do that, you can elaborate against it. So just use this scene, okay, and there might be times when I'm kind of speaking over you, and that's fine because that's the dialogue that we're having, and sometimes in conversation you do interrupt over each other. That's why I've done some scenes a little bit slower, and that third time was a little bit faster, so you know, try and chip in with me. Good. So that is an open scene and kind of just working on a scene between me and you, which is what we're going to have a look at in our next session. So 6 to 9s, I've got you a special set of scenes to look at, and I'm going to act one character and you're going to act the other character. 9 to 12s, I've done a separate scene for you guys to have a look at and to act with me, and exactly the same for 13 to 18. So you've all got different scenes that are kind of age dependent on what you're going through. So I hope that you enjoy them. So that's just, this exercise just kind of prepped you up for that. Now, they were really simple words in those scenes that we've just done. Now, what I'd like you to do as a second exercise is to write your own monologue. Now, a monologue, just mono meaning one, is just a series of words, of sentences that's kind of truncated into kind of a paragraph explaining your inner thoughts or you speaking out to someone. So there's no interjection. So the scenes that we've just done, there's 2 characters that are in the scene. A monologue is just you on your own delivering whatever the story may be. Now, what I'd love for you guys to do is that we are now living in a very strange time. No one has experienced what it's like to live in quarantine before. So let's use this as a drama piece. I want you to write your own monologue of a day in the life of a theatre trained student in isolation. It only needs to be 6 sentences, okay? And a little bit like a diary entry. So, dear diary, day 23 in lockdown, I'm feeling a bit tired, I feel a bit miserable, I really miss my friends. Or it might be completely something different. It might be like, I can't believe it, like we just had a really brilliant family celebration on the doorstep. We couldn't touch anyone, but we were all there as a community. So kind of write your own experiences of lockdown. And then what I'd like you to do with that is to record it, just like as I'm recording it to you guys, and send it into Theatretrain. I'd love to see your interpretation of a day in the life of a theatre trained student in lockdown. Now just be careful. I don't want like, oh, it's day 23 and I've had my toast and then I went on a bike ride and then I watched some TV. Yeah, that's what you do in lockdown, in quarantine, but how are you feeling about it? You know, is this the best feeling ever? Are you a bit bored of it now? Are you frustrated? Let's stop thinking about feelings, okay? So just to recap, your exercises are to do that scene with me, just to look over it again. And if you can, get other people involved with it. So say goodbye to me and get other people to be A or B, whatever. Exercise 2 is to write your own monologue about how you feel in isolation. It doesn't need to be 27 pages, literally 6 lines is enough. Think of it like a diary entry. And also explain how you're feeling, okay? What have you done? Why is it different? You know, it's a very strange experience that we're all experiencing together. And it'd be really interesting to see how your experiences are very similar or very different, depending on what you feel on that day, okay? So I will see you next time to do our scenes. Bye.